What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for MLB Wednesday, August 3rd. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's MLB slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, we have a 5-game slate tonight. So let's take a look at the pitcher position. So stud on the slate that I like is Julio Urias, and he's pitching against a low salary batting team, the San Francisco Giants. Julio Urias only giving up a .618 OPS versus righties. He's facing 6 righties here tonight, and the Giants have hit 20 of his last 82 pitches. That's a .244 batting average. He's 9,300 FanDuel salary, 200 less on DraftKings, averaging 32 fantasy points per game on the season. He's been on fire, scoring 37, 43, and 52 fantasy points in the last 3 games. He has a record of 10-6, pitching an average of 82 pitches per game, and he has an ERA of 2.71. So I like Julio Urias here versus the San Francisco Giants. So a low salary pitcher that's interesting on this slate is James Caprillion. He's got a nice pitching advantage here over the Los Angeles Angels. James Caprillion only giving up a .679 OPS versus righty batters, facing 5 righties. And what I like about this pick is the Angels have only hit 4 of his last 39 pitches. That's a 103 batting average. He's 6,700 FanDuel salary and 1,000 less on DraftKings. So this is a super value play at the pitcher position here. He's averaging 18 fantasy points per game on the season. Now he did score 37 fantasy points last game. He has an ERA of 4.50. Record is 2-5, pitching an average of 77 pitches per game. And Vegas thinks this is going to be a low-scoring game. Just 7 runs scored in this game. That's their over-under. So I like James Caprillion as a value play here versus the Los Angeles Angels. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $25 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won. And then we'll send you $25 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, let's take a look at the catcher first base position. Couple of studs that are in great spots, Paul Goldschmidt and CJ Cron. So Paul Goldschmidt has a 53% batting advantage over Justin Steele. Paul Goldschmidt batting 29% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a 1.221 OPS versus lefties. Justin Steele pitching 24% worse to righties as he does lefties, giving up a .752 OPS versus righties. Paul Goldschmidt is 3 for 7. It's a .429 batting average and a 1.286 OPS versus Steele. He's 4,200 FanDuel salary, 2,100 more on DraftKings, averaging 14 fantasy points per game on the season. He has a batting average of .332, scored fantasy points in 4 out of his last 5 games. So I like Paul Goldschmidt here versus Justin Steele. Now CJ Cron also in a great spot here versus Blake Snell. CJ Cron is 8 for 17. It's a .471 batting average and a 1.265 OPS versus Snell. He's 3,700 FanDuel salary, only 700 more on DraftKings. So I like CJ Cron here versus Blake Snell. Okay, let's take a look at the second base position. I like Brendan Rodgers with a 56% batting advantage over Blake Snell. Brendan Rodgers batting 26% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a .975 OPS versus lefties. Blake Snell, he's pitching 30% worse to righties, pitching his worst ball versus righty batters, giving up a .766 OPS versus righties. And Brendan Rodgers is 3 for 9 versus Snell. He's $3,000 FanDuel salary, $1,500 more on DraftKings, averaging 10 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored fantasy points in all 5 of his last games, has a batting average of .282. So I like Brendan Rodgers here versus Blake Snell. Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups. Okay, let's take a look at the third base position. I like Nolan Arenado with a 32% batting advantage over that same pitcher, Justin Steele. So it looks like there's an opportunity to stack some bats here versus Justin Steele. Nolan Arenado, he's got an 8% batting advantage versus lefties, batting a .913 OPS versus lefty pitchers. Justin Steele, we know, pitching 24% worse to righties as he does lefties, giving up a .752 OPS versus righties. Nolan Arenado, 2 for 6 here versus Steele, $3,800 FanDuel salary, $2,000 more on DraftKings, averaging 11 fantasy points per game on the season, scored fantasy points in 4 out of his last 5 games. He has a batting average of .292. So I like Nolan Arenado here versus Justin Steele. Okay, let's take a look at the shortstop position. I like Tommy Edman with a 36% batting advantage over that same pitcher, Justin Steele. So there is an opportunity here to stack some bats versus Justin Steele. Tommy Edman batting 13% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a .774 OPS versus lefties. Now Justin Steele does pitch his worst ball versus switch hitters, giving up a .864 OPS versus switch hitters. And Tommy Edman is 3 for 5 versus Steele. He's $3,200 FanDuel salary, $700 more on DraftKings, averaging 10 fantasy points per game on the season. He has a batting average of .255. So I like Tommy Edman here versus Justin Steele. Okay, moving on to the outfield position. Home run hitter I like here is Juan Soto versus a low salary pitcher, Chad Kuhl. Now I also like Christian Yelich. He's got a 48% batting advantage over Tyler Beede. Christian Yelich batting 17% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .771 OPS versus righties. Tyler Beede pitching his worst ball versus lefty batters, giving up a .359 OPS versus lefties. Christian Yelich is 2 for 4 here versus Beede. One of those hits is a home run. He's $3,600 FanDuel salary, $1,200 more on DraftKings, averaging 10 fantasy points per game on the season, scored fantasy points in all 5 of his last games, has a batting average of .263. So I like Christian Yelich here versus Tyler Beede. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this MLB slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.